It's happening. Listen, before this episode starts, we just thought we'd make a little clip to let you know that anyone who doesn't know, we now have a Patreon. It is patreon.com/another one podcast. And there's like a few different tiers on there. And we can go and get where you can sign up to us. And it helps us make this podcast. Helps us pay for the podcast. Helps us make it better. Helps us improve and put more content out. We've got big plans for things we want to do. Haven't we? Since
yes, we have. We've got big plans. We have got big plans.
Yes, Rob. Yes.
No, we have got big plans, and without anyone signing to the Patreon, this will die.
Yeah.
This will go away eventually, because if we can't make it work financially, we can't keep doing it, can we?
No, we can't just keep throwing fucking...
No, and we've got Aftermill to buy, and that fucking costs
We've got kids to pay for. Yeah. Listen, I'll be honest, if I can't provide, I'll leave.
Yeah.
So...
And we already know...
You don't want to make an orphan.
We already know how it's going, don't we? So we needed to be giving us something back.
Yeah, please.
Because we're bleeding here.
My kids are begging. My kids begging.
So sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/another one podcast.
That's it. There's 3 different tiers, loads of different prices.
Pick one.
Help
sign
us.
Up. You won't even notice it going out your bank. It's a couple of quid.
Less than a Tesco meal deal. Or, well, maybe more than a Tesco meal deal.
You'd buy a starving man a meal deal, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I'm starving. That's what we are. Look at me.
Look at him. Do you think that? Do you think this?
Help!
Another one.
What? Oh.
You meant to say that on record, but it's gone now. Moments past.
Right, guard up at all times, protect yourself at all times, have a good clean pod. Hello everyone, welcome to Another One podcast, episode 119 or something. Me, Simon Wozniak.
If you're counting along at home, why?
With co-host Rob Thomas.
Hello.
And then that voice you heard there is debutante.
Hello.
Glenn Wall.
Hello.
Joining Glenn for the hat-trick ball, Mr. Mark Nelson.
Hello.
What a lineup!
Cracking weekend.
Yeah.
What's with the blonde there?
He does it every now and then.
Time. Yeah, I do it every now and again.
Did they ask you this last time, did they?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't know if you did actually. No, I just like properly leaning into midlife crisis.
Yeah.
I'm doing the stash.
Fuck yeah.
Pringles tin in it.
I hate it. I hate it, but I've declared it now. So I've got to follow through for a little bit.
I think I know what you were doing when you got the idea.
Yeah. And then I done it, and then I was like, oh, fuck, I look fatter. I just have to wait till it grows out now, fuck.
What does your wife think?
Ah, shit, I think...
Doesn't matter, does it?
She gives a fuck anymore. No. Does your wife ask what you look like anymore?
No, actually,
No.
I don't even wash.
What does she think of the hair?
She quite likes it, actually.
Does she, yeah?
Yeah. My hair's a shite colour. It's like a kind of brownie... It looks like shit. It's like a brownie, slurry, shitty colour, so it's not...
But I think that's just to do with your diet and everything. I think
your hair colours...
He's been dipping his hair in his gravy?
The quality of your hair, like, your hair's bad quality because you've got poor diet and everything.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, the quality of your hair's not...
I'm not a scientist, so
Good.
I don't know, but it sounds like it could be true.
I think you're chatting shit myself.
Why?
I said,
no.
because Nelson does a bunch of, like, I look like stuff off the top of his show.
Right.
I said he should add when he looks like he's on a Miami Vice themed stag do.
I could see you in the Hawaiian shirt on holiday.
That's one of the best descriptions I've ever been given. Mick Ferry said I look like the guy that goes missing on a stag do. Like every picture of me looks like that one they put up going, has anyone seen this man in Magaluf?
Yeah. We last seen picture on a t-shirt, now his picture's on a milk jug. Same picture too.
All your mates have flown home anyway.
Yeah. A couple of stragglers spent an extra 2 days, but they were pretty drunk for those 2 days.
We'll stay and look for Mark.
It was my stag as well, and the wedding still went ahead.
Yeah, this best man stepped in.
Did you do that, to wander off?
Yeah.
Did you walk home from Portsmouth stag?
I do wander off quite a bit actually.
I think, are you a wanderer? I'm a wanderer.
No, I'm very
Aren't you?
much...
You stay?
I'm FOMO, aren't I? Very much scared of missing out, so...
Yeah, but then you stay there and you see it's going nowhere, and then you start to go, I know I can have more fun on my own, and then no one needs to know what's gone on. Just go off on your
I
own.
think that's more about what's going on. Than
I think you. What does wander mean in your head?
You just
What are you
wander off
covering
from the
up
tour.
in there? It was 3:00 in the morning. I needed to wander again.
My mates are loyal. They're not grasses.
Yeah.
Do you tell people you're leaving?
No.
Or you just slide away.
To be honest, I've not been out for years, but no, I used to wander, I reckon, in my youth. 18, 19, 20. Because I said that story when I ended up in that guy's flat, didn't I, with the French rapper?
Get a lift home from a lorry.
Yeah. I ended up in Toxteth and some fucking black lad who was like sort of French or something as well, and he was rapping to me. And I was just about 19.
Just
and I was just
lad.
like...
Just the two of you?
Yeah. And I was like, I've got to go. It's like, and I didn't know how to get home, so the lorry gave me a lift to Central. Slagged it down.
When you said French rapper, I thought you meant condom.
Oh, right. No.
That's what he was rapping about.
That sounded like that was coming out if you'd stayed for the second song.
I know he was just playing me his beats in this fucking den.
How did you meet him?
In Bumper.
Just you and him on your own.
Yeah.
Was he any good?
No. It was just like...
Was he rapping in French?
I've no idea. I just remember sitting there thinking, like, this is getting a bit eggy now. Like, what is this?
No.
And then I
The
think
fact he went back to his flat and didn't think it was going to get eggy.
I know, yeah. I think he added me on Facebook as well. I don't know if he's still on there. Terrifying. Would never advise to do that. Like,
I once had a dude. He tried to drug my drink. Like I'd gone back. Like I in retrospect, it was dumb of me what I'd done. But I was just like, you got booze back there? Yeah, I'll go. And then it was just me and him. And I was like, wait a second. And he drugged my drink, but he had no idea the capacity that I have. So
This cunt's costing me a fortune here.
No, honestly, I was like, hey, you're drugging my drink, aren't you? And the guy's like, no. I'm like, you need to take me home. Like that. So he got in his car and drove me home. And I was like, because if you go through it, you just get goofy. And I'm playing with his car window. And he's like, excuse me, please stop playing with that. I'm like, please stop trying to rape me.
how old were you?
Oh, like 20. Yeah.
And how old was he?
He was older than.
Was he?
40, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But I just thought, like, fucking dude. Like, you're complaining about my behavior.
Do you
Like,
think
you're way worse than me?
Yeah, but at least he was doing it politely.
Yeah, that's true.
The panic in the guy's face when it's not worked.
Oh, yeah.
Grabbing a tranquilizer dart off
You should have dropped a rhino. And not me.
Imagine that was his first time. All his other rapey mates would be like, it's a piece of piss. It's an absolute piece of piss. One in the drink, they're out for the night, bum them, get them home, and he's done it and gone, you've all lied to me. You've all absolutely lied to me.
Yeah, maybe it's a prank within the community.
Amongst the rape.
Just give him a half.
Just get him excited that he'll go for it anyway. Where did you meet him?
It was in Montreal. I was just living there for a while, and there was a big hockey stadium there that they were about to tear down. And I was walking home from the bar, and I thought it'd be really funny if I pissed on it because I'm a Vancouver Canucks fan.
Right.
And then he pulled over. I didn't know because I wasn't from Montreal, but it is a gay cruise.
Right.
And he pulled over and asked me where this bar was, and I was like, I don't know where your bar is. And he's like, I go, but is it gonna be open? And he was like, well, your drink's back at my house. And I was drunk, and I was like, yeah, why not? Let's go to your place. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, he was
so naive.
I was thinking, like,
well, it's dumb. You know, that's what
there's
youth
so
is.
many near misses, isn't there, with everyone? Everyone you speak has always got like a story where they probably almost could have been murdered. I was speaking to a guy yesterday that almost got killed in like Magaluf because he tried to get his money back from a brothel. He said, I can't go into exactly what he said because
a refund.
yeah. He got there, and then at one point he went, actually, I don't want to do this, but they'd already he paid, and the money was on the back, and he wanted it back, and they wouldn't give him it. So he jumped it, got it, and then these bouncers like set upon him and he knew someone that worked in a bar in this sort of place, and they said they would have killed you. The people who run that bar, like, would have killed. Like, if the bouncers got a hold of him, he was like throwing chairs, and he managed to wiggle his way out and get out. But he said if they got a hold of him, they said that the person who knew that bar and that brothel, they would have killed.
How
you.
tight have you got to be?
I know, that's what I said. And he went, looking back, stupid idea. But at the time, he just went, I want my 200.
And you know they're not just going to kill you. You're going to be in some weird sex games before that happens. They're already going to kill you. So you're going to be doing some terrible things before
What would you rather happen? You be killed instantly or be then sold into the sex trade?
Well, I mean, you'd say, well, sell me into the sex trade, and then I'll bite dicks till I can get out the door. Like, because if you just die, then it would depend how much I thought I could get away. Yeah, I think you'd still live and just try and
choose
fuck
life
your way into safety.
Are these the only two options?
Well, what other options would there be?
Well, yeah, there's
They're not going to let
one.
you go with a black eye.
Or you could have a yacht. Well, of course. Well, the yacht.
The mafia get a hold of you.
But why are you getting why are you getting sold into the sex trade?
Because you've tried to get your money back when they didn't, and
because they're going to kill you anyway.
Logical.
They're going to kill you anyway.
I reckon I'd take the sex trade because
not John Lewis getting your money back.
I don't think I'd be that attractive in the sex trade. So.
Oh, you would.
I'm sure you would. Yeah,
you would.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how many people? Are you that comic?
Hungover gamer.
Watch him in YouTube.
Yeah, there's a lot they can do with gimp masks, and there's things that it's not about how you look; it's about what they're going to make you do.
I'm always googling birds with spotty arses when I'm hungover, so I can imagine someone just rocks up to the brothel and over his foot goes, "Give me that ugly gargoyle Scotsman." I don't feel like I deserve anyone else. Give me him.
Imagine going on a stag do and ending up in the sex trade, just stuck there.
That's what I find very diverse about the sex trade. Is that there's a job for everyone.
The utilitarian.
Yeah, some people work more than others, but everyone works. Everyone's got it's a Saturday night, everyone's working.
What do you reckon they do with someone that no one was willing to fuck, and they go, "You're making us nothing"?
Just be the madam then, wouldn't you?
Right. But if you were a bloke and you got caught up in it and they went, "No one's fucking you," so they think they make you go and kill people for
you
them?
spray out the cum drains or whatever.
I just find the way you'd sit in the green room and make it look busier. Like they put you in the window of a restaurant.
Right.
Yeah.
There's admin too. I mean, money's changing hands. There's going to be things to do. So the key is to really let yourself go.
That's what I mean. Clean the cum and all that.
Yeah. Just there with your jet wash.
Imagine they're advertising the jobs. Sounds all right.
Jet washing the BDSM rooms and all that. Just like, that'd probably be quite fun.
Yeah, you got your own music on. Yeah. I don't care.
In fact, I was going to say, just kill me. I want to survive now. Fuck it, trade me into the sex world. I thought you were all being optimistic, being like, fucking hell, you're backing yourselves to make the best of a bad situation here. But no.
You want to go into it?
No, I'll jet spray the BDSM rooms and have a look. Yeah, that'd be a lovely time. Yeah. Like you say, your own music on, your headphones on.
Surrounded by beautiful women, but
I'm sure now and again you get a sympathy suck.
One of those buffer things.
Yeah.
Dragging a Henry Hoover.
the only decent male person in any one of them prostitutes' lives that they probably take kindly to you anyway.
That's nice. You're trying to trick them into. I'll be the nice one that they can perform sex acts on.
If you want to practice love, I'm always here for you.
Why do you Google women with spotty asses?
Yeah, that's been the spotty ass in the room since.
When I'm hungover, I just like, when you just like feel
real.
Are these like
birds from St. Helens with spotty asses in car parks? That's basically what.
Like acne on the arse.
What I want to. I don't know if it's acne, but it could be anything. It could just be just unclean.
Have you got a VPN?
Have I got a VPN? Yeah, of course, yeah.
Have you?
No.
You?
Nah.
No.
No.
Might get one.
After you've heard that this is available. So are they girls? Are they not girls, but are they women that just pull their pants down and somebody takes a picture and then
No,
there's a bit of a murky video.
No,
The murky.
It's just the amateur world of like just good.
You like amateur porn?
When I'm hungover and I feel
Yeah.
You
bad
don't
about
need a
myself.
VPN for
But-
that. That's nothing that's
Oh,
going to
no,
get the
I-
police around.
I have a VPN because I watch illegal streams, not because of the animal. That is just what
Illegal streams of what?
I want. Football. So
Okay.
it's strictly football.
Footballers with spotty arses.
The spotty arse is just when I'm hungover and I feel bad about myself. You feel like I need something real, yeah. I need something attainable. I can't possibly picture myself with a stunner at this point in time.
No American
when my head's
blonde
banging.
perfect woman is fucking you.
My head's banging, I
you
can
need-
sniff red wine in my nostrils, and I'm like, nah, I need to.
Does that mean
need
you can
some-
picture yourself with a stunner?
When I'm
Other
yeah,
things?
yeah. That is the problem. I've discussed this before. I definitely have that body dysmorphia.
But then would you Google stunning American Hollywood porn star fucks fat British man?
No,
No.
I
So
I
you
don't picture myself as a fat British man.
right.
I have been known actually though to turn off a porno.
Do you not think you
if
would
the
enjoy it
if
more?
the dick's too big?
Do you not think you would enjoy it more if it was someone that resembled
Oh
your
no.
a bit more in the American porn video?
No. You want to aspire to
Yeah, but if you've got
surely you wank to aspire. You don't
yeah, but
want.
if you've got some fucking Henry Cavill looking American fella
Yeah.
smashing some blonde Margot Robbie looking woman, would you not enjoy that more if it was someone who was a little less handsome than Henry
No.
Cavill?
If it was Danny DeVito.
No.
No.
I dare to dream, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I wank to what I want to be, not what I am.
Right, yeah. Watch the porn you want to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wank to the porn you want to be in, not the porn you are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Apparently, I want to be a lesbian.
Yeah.
Turns out I want to be black.
I want to be disabled.
Oh.
And that's how we got on TV.
I don't like lesbian porn anyway. Just that's another one.
Really?
Makes me feel left out.
Do you know, one time I was in a hotel room and I was really hungover and I was doing the thing of waiting till they kick you out.
Yeah.
And I was lying. I was so hungover. I was naked because it was hot in the hotel. You know, like when you, but it was really
Was it
hot.
the citrus, was it?
No, but of that standard.
Wow.
And I heard some shuffling in the hall, and I thought, oh,
This is it.
yeah. So just naked, I got up to the peephole, and there was two beautiful young maids.
Wow.
And they were in the room right across from me, and they had the door open because they were cleaning the room as you do. And I was just looking at them because they were beautiful. And then they went like, and they started kissing.
No.
They were, yeah. They were two young lesbian maids kissing, and I'm peeping at them through the eye hole, and I'm like, if these women keep this up, they're going to have to clean a door.
Jesus.
Like just one knock.
That's insane.
But, and here's the thing, because you think that through pornography, you think that that's your moment,
Yeah,
but
I think
it's not.
there's a chance,
And no. I mean, like you think it's okay to watch that, but it's not. They're having their own moment, and you're peeping in on it. And I went back and I left the peephole and I lay on the bed. I could hear it.
Felt bad about yourself.
Well, no, I felt good about myself because that was the right way to.
Yeah,
Well done.
there was a pause though. There was a hesitation while you made the right decision.
Yeah, you have to go through everything in your head, and I just thought, no, these aren't women doing this in front of a camera expecting to be watched. These are two.
They might have
young
known.
ladies. No, I don't think so.
You might see the sexy young comic checking into that room. He thought, oh, you know what we'll do? We'll go and les off in front of his door, and hopefully he comes out and catches us. Missed the chance there.
Yeah,
Never mind, eh?
yeah. I don't think that's what would have happened. Just a naked, hungover guy with no clothes on. Is this for me?
That's mad.
Ladies.
Is this for me?
I've never seen like many good-looking female maids in hotels. They're all old.
I think they were Eastern European. I think that was
Trafficked.
what happened.
Maybe. Why would you assume trafficked?
Maybe.
I don't know.
There's no.
Why are they lesing off?
I don't think you can watch anything sort of people and feel good.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
There's something about a peephole that makes you feel seedy.
What's
At the
yeah,
same time-
Peep. The word peep being involved in
Got
the whole
one eye
thing.
closed as well.
yeah, but they're doing it in public.
And naked. That's not
A horny Popeye.
I think that's public.
What's public?
The fact you can see them.
I don't
public.
think you assume that everyone's looking through one of those peepholes. Why would anybody, I mean, they don't even really provide them anymore. It's a hotel of a certain time that has a peephole.
But you see some people, like I've seen videos in WhatsApp groups where people say someone like Butlins are in the chalet, and then someone goes on the window. Hey, that's not cool, is it?
No.
Some people have sent me videos like that.
So is your argument because these things exist, that therefore it's fine?
No, I think that's terrible. I think
Right.
peep if you want, but don't film.
Right, so you think it's fine to peep?
Well, people,
Not
you see
fine for the
videos of
floor.
like people like, having sex in like flat blocks that are
Yeah,
like way high
yeah,
up against the
yeah,
window.
Yeah.
That to me isn't public, but it is. They know what they're doing if you're fucking in a window.
Do you though?
Yeah.
Are they against the window?
Yeah, like that.
Aye, and that way, they do know what's going on.
Yeah.
If they're just in the bed and you can see in the window, maybe
Yeah,
they've
well,
just forgotten to close the curtains. Like,
Yeah, it depends how many things you've stepped over to look into that window.
Yeah. I wouldn't say you'd gone to great lengths.
Yeah. Are we
If
Just
you're on a
concerned for your safety.
if you're on a step ladder,
Did you dress to blend into the shrubbery?
specific camouflage that go with the wall color.
Yeah, once you start
Like a painted
once you start hiding so it carries on, that's when you've gone too far. If you see someone having sex out your window and you're like, oh, that's happened. But if you start hiding behind a curtain to watch it, that's when it's gone too far, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
When you're evading capture.
It's really exciting though when you see it. Like, and I think that's
One
what
of the-
people are looking for a lot of the time. If
One
you
of
look,
the best shags I've ever had is when you could like.
Careful now.
I know, yeah. I'm trying to word it correctly.
Guard up.
We were living in flats in apartments in town. And,
When you were 15.
No, this is with my wife.
Right.
And the next to us moved in some students. So we're obviously about 8 to 10 years difference. We just started work, like working full time, tired and all that. But these were up all night partying. And then one night at 4 o'clock, we could just hear them going at it. And they sounded like they were having an incredible time. And then me and my wife just woke up. No words were spoken. And we just went at it as well.
Humped.
And it was just like, we both know we were thinking of the neighbours. She was thinking of the fit mixed race lad next door, and I was thinking of his Spanish girlfriend. And we just both knew that. Neither of us said a word, and we had the best shag we'd had for a year.
Have you discussed that shag ever? Or
Oh,
not?
no, never
No.
again.
Nah.
So how do you
and they were doing the same thing, but it was just so that he
Oh,
wouldn't. It's just so he wouldn't come. That's why it lasted so long. In many ways, you were there.
That fat scouse lad next door. You're a Spanish Gale Pratt. Robert Thomas.
Big Bubba T.
She's wearing a Rob Thomas mask.
Put on one of his YouTube clips.
The stamina.
Oh God, do you reckon anyone's thought? Do you reckon any woman has thought about trying to turn herself on thinking of you? God, that's bleak. And I often think that, I don't know if you discussed it on the pod, is that the women ever walk, like, but have you ever been brought up in a conversation where a group of women have discussed how much it would take one for them to suck you off? Or like, would you suck one? It's like, oh God, like 500 quid. And they've gone, no, absolutely not. What? I wonder what my value is in some of these groups.
Oh,
no, you get
You're looking for a brothel, is what you're.
No, but like if you got like a group of like
Sure.
Margot and Rihanna and that, and they go, how much to fuck him? And then you go, oh God, no. And like the value is like 150 grand to even entertain the idea. I wonder what they would. I wonder how much it would cost them to go. How much would it to do that?
$500,000 even speak to you.
Yeah.
Non-refundable, $500,000 gets you to the negotiating table. But if a deal isn't struck, they keep the money.
it's $500,000 before I even look through the peephole.
Oh God. So have you been, Glenn? You all right?
Yeah, okay, man.
You?
All right.
So you're up north for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Where do you live?
I live in Suffolk.
Where's Milo live? Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh right, okay.
Do you know the difference between any of them?
No, all just rich.
Is he Suffolk
Just
nice?
grass.
Parts of it are, yeah. The place I live is okay. It's got nice parts and some.
Whereabouts in the UK have you lived in your time here?
I've actually lived all over. When I first moved here, I lived in Birmingham for a few years, and then moved down to London for a fair stretch, and then I lived in America for a while. And then I came back and lived in Essex, now Suffolk. And yeah, we'll see. I might be moving on, but the north is good. I'm enjoying
What
my
age
time
did you
up here.
come over?
I was 22, I think.
Wow. So how long have you done comedy in?
I've been a comic for 30 years now. Yeah.
How long have you done it?
13.
What? How about
15, I think.
15?
Yeah.
30 years.
Yeah, I know. It started when I was 19. So
Yeah, that was it. That's early, man. Like it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that early now, is it? It's like at that time
19,
was that.
Yeah.
It was
that
so
early?
different back then. It wasn't like it wasn't even a career path. It was more like, it was so niche.
Was you doing anything else to lead into comedy, or was you performing at all?
No. I always knew I wanted to be a stand-up, so I was just sort of waiting until I was old enough to actually be allowed in the clubs. So
what age did you know you wanted to do that?
I was 12.
12? You one of them, yeah?
Yeah. Well, my parents took me to a concert when I was 12, and like this was a guy that we were living in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan at the time, and we always used to listen to this guy's albums. We had his like 8-track tapes, and it was sort of amazing that he'd gone to Saskatoon. He was a really, really big star, and it was and I watched that, and I was like, that's what I want to do when I was older. It was always kind of a sweet story. Sadly, it's Bill Cosby, so it didn't. You can't really bring it up as much, but he was a very good comedian. You have to give him that. But yeah, that's how I caught the bug.
Did he say that he used to write his stuff as like a play? Like he used to write it like it wouldn't be anything to do with like. I heard someone say that's how he used to do his bits. He'd just say exactly how he wanted, and that was it. It wouldn't be like a sort of a joke or something. He does it like it's a play almost.
All right. So like a monologue.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found a really weird thing about him because
You should see it
I
every
did a green room
Eat a
with
peeps.
Paul Provenza.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was me and Dave Attell, Doug Stanhope, Janine Garofalo, and Richard Belzer. And this was before the Cosby thing came out. And Richard, he was going off on Cosby because it was the first time I'd ever heard anybody say anything bad about him. But he was really upset that Cosby had stolen some of his jokes. And I'd never heard that it was a joke, Dave, but apparently he stole a bunch for Filthy in Philadelphia, or so Richard Belzer said. And I just, in retrospect, I was like, that's what bugged you about him? Like,
yeah, but as a comic, you know, that would be higher than
I'm really starting to go off the guy now.
Yeah, you joke thief.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen Cosby do stand up actually.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I'm gonna go home and watch. I remember watching the Cosby Show, but I don't think I've ever actually watched any.
Yeah, no, the albums are better. Russell, my brother for whom I slept with, which also has weird connotations now, you know. But I think that's his best album. But yeah, it wasn't as saccharine as his television appearances. And Filthy in Philadelphia is just filthy.
Wow. I've always known for being so clean.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well, yeah.
So his stand-up wasn't clean?
For the most part it was, but he did do an album.
Did he?
Yep.
I love shit like that. You ever seen Bob Monkhouse do filthy stuff?
No.
It's fucking hilarious. Like,
I'd love to see like Jerry Seinfeld do like smut.
Yeah, I don't know if Seinfeld has actually though.
No, I don't think he has. Unless
Have
you know
you
of anything.
seen?
Only his real life.
I saw he in a way did it on Curb Your Enthusiasm, where Bob Einstein's telling him a joke. I don't know if you've seen that. Where I'll tell you the joke, and this is what Seinfeld is trying. Like, and there's like a YouTube clip of him just breaking out every time that Bob Einstein finishes the joke. But the joke is a young lady starts seeing a new guy, and she's had a couple of children, and she's worried about the size of her vagina. And she talks to some friends, and one of them says, well, there's a thing that you can do. You go to the butcher's and you get 2 pieces of liver, and you stitch them together, and then you insert that in your place, and that'll make it seem like you have the vagina of a virgin. And so she does it, and the guy comes over, and they have a night of passion, and everything's fine. She passes out with joy and wakes up, and the guy's gone, and she can't find the liver, and she finds a note with the guy saying, "I can't believe how wonderful that night was. I really do feel special about you. I'm so sorry I had to catch a flight, and that's why I left. P.S. Your cunt's in the sink."
Jesus Christ.
And you just see Seinfeld
I do like the idea that even the clean comics can laugh at the dirty stuff, though. Do you know what I mean? That's what I like, the idea. Like, Seinfeld's not like a snob about it, is he?
Yeah.
Like, he still will watch somebody be disgusting.
No,
I'm alright for now.
yeah, but that's it's subject matter of jokes. The thing that I like about jokes, they can be about anything. They can be clean, they can be dirty. If the structure is sound, that's what I'm laughing at. That's where it's good. So a clean comic can see the talent in a dirty joke, and it's arguably more difficult to write clever dirty joke because so many more people write dirty jokes. You know that.
Yeah,
it's more competition.
Yeah,
I think you always want to do something that you isn't you, isn't it? Sometimes, like you'd like to be able to work clean and kill, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody, I don't know whether a clean comic might go, I wonder what it would be like to do something filthy. Or do you think they just go, absolutely not?
It depends how the clean comics getting on in circuit rooms and stuff, isn't it? There's plenty of comics that we see on TV that aren't doing what most of us are doing on a Friday, Saturday. I'm sure some of them think, I'd love to be able to rip it like they rip it, but then...
You have to remember, too, the clean comics are generally the ones who get caught doing weird stuff after.
Yeah.
It's the dirty comics that are always like, oh yeah, they get 3 kids, they have a great life.
No one's arse when it's a dirty comic. That's why.
What's that?
I feel like no one's arse when it's a dirty comic.
No, you couldn't get away with what the clean comics are charged with.
You see the Russell Brand thing, and everyone's a bit like, that's forgotten quite quickly. Because I was like, what do you expect? Like the general public would a bit like, oh, well.
I don't know.
Sort of what we expect.
Is it forgotten about?
A lot of people I've spoke to, like, just aren't arsed.
He had his fans, didn't he? They knew what he was like. So I reckon it was just so far gone. Like, I've spoke to some women that just are completely on his side.
Really?
Oh yeah. They're like that's just what they thought he was, and also they're quite going like, you know what I mean? I think in our world, obviously, we're like terrible, but like I think to the general pop, they don't really care that much, and they also think that's what he was like. Like, after the Andrew Sachs thing and all that, and he got that sort of tarnished with that. I just think that's what a lot of them, and they love him as well. Some people absolutely adore him.
Well, I think what he's done is he's framed himself as a messiah to the weak-minded, and that's why his fans don't care, because they're ultimately not that bright, and that's why he's because you could see him start going into this conspiracy theory thing, just where I think
it's the Trump playbook. It's like
but that's why he did
coming for me.
So and then going like the Illuminati had a time machine and made all these rumors about me because they're trying to silence me about what I just said about Israel, and it's like, well, how that doesn't make any sense. These rumors have existed for 25 years. I remember them. I remember them all starting. I remember them. I warned women all the way through about him. So for his little, this is all a big setup. It's like, well, how did they know that you were going to start talking about this 25? Yeah, no, it's bullshit.
I think to say his fans are thick is a bit. You're undermining people's willingness to not care. Like, you look what's going on, like the rest of the world. People just don't give, unless it's right in front of your face. People don't give a fuck. So people who were fans of him, who are now hearing about these, and let's say 90% of the cases unnamed people, they're just going, I sort of expected anyway. Couldn't give a fuck.
I think there's more of a willingness to forgive as well, particularly by fans, because of how he looks. If you're a good-looking, charismatic, charming person, like I've seen it in comedy where there's creepy guys that get away with so much more than if it was some ordinary looking lad. They would be marked out as a creep far, far beyond the very charismatic, good-looking guy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, but that's just the way it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
A touch on the arm from a 10 is oh my God. A touch
exactly.
On the 2 is
get the fuck away from me.
Sack him. He's a creep. He's made me feel uneasy. Yeah. He needs to go. Whereas if you're 10, it's, isn't he just so charming?
Yeah.
Oh, he touched me out. Oh my God, on me. And it's just like that. Well, that's just the way the world is, isn't it? That's why it's good to be a 10. why you go to the gym. So you can get away with being a creep more. Training for the creep Olympics.
Seems a lot of work to want to be a creep.
Men will do wild shit. We discussed this. Coming in carbonaras, mate.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Have you seen Saltburn?
Yeah.
We discussed this on the Patreon, didn't we? Yeah. His mate came in a carbonara, and the guy in Saltburn fucks a grave.
Yeah.
I understand fucking the grave and the soil more than what his friend did in Kavos coming on a hangover.
I don't get that.
Because then somebody else ate that carbonara.
But did he do it as a prank?
No. He was horny and wanted to come, and then he came in the carbonara.
He was on a come down. And I don't know the exact details, but I think he was wanking, and the carbonara's there from the night before, still warm. And I think he just fucking wanked into it and fired into it. And then just mixed it up, put it on the side, thinking I'll throw that in the bin, and then left it. And then the next day, they were all off the cake. Man. And some lad ate it on the balcony.
I mean, everyone's a savage in that story.
Jesus Christ.
The guy eating a 2-day-old carbonara that's been out in Kavos.
Yeah.
A guy coming in a carbonara.
Yeah,
Why is there a carbonara even involved in a fucking holiday in Kavos? Like,
once again, it was Ibiza. It wasn't Kavos. Well, he's got a bit of class.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
The whole of the carbonara. Sorry.
And I think he picked it up on his way home off his cake. But it was clearly off his. I don't know why I've bought this. It's just habit, like muscle memory. I'll buy something to eat on the way home, and then has obviously had too many drugs to eat it. Put it next to him on the bedside, on like the bedside cabinet. I've gone to sleep. I was woke up, still probably intoxicated and under the influence of drugs. Horny, started wanking. For some reasons, decided to just come in the warm carbonara. And then put it to the side and forgotten about it.
But he's not put it to the side.
Well, no one knows if he fucked it either.
He's then moved it into the kitchen.
Well, I think I'm assuming he's moved it to like a table with a mirror at the end of the bed in the room. I'm assuming. I don't know the exact location of carbonara.
But we also don't know if he just wanked into it or he fucked it to.
See, that's the
fact there was a mirror involved too.
No.
I don't know how involved the mirror was.
It's a me, a Mario.
But he was saying, have you seen Saltburn?
No.
There's a bit in it where a lad shags a fresh grave.
Right.
So you can imagine it's like wet mud, clay sort of thing. So he was saying, I can understand more the wanting to shag the fresh, wet clay than my mate coming into a carbonara.
I understand the mindset more of the guy in Saltburn than I do the carbonara guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
Because he's a fucking psychopath. And he's attracted to this dude that's just died.
Your
pal's just pumping pasta.
He's related to the fact that he thinks wet clay and mud will be a nice feeling.
No,
I think it'd be horny, like, this is so dirty, I'm trying to fuck the grave of a dead person. It's like, oh, this is a bit saucy in that word. So carbonara arguably saucy as well. No, then the carbonara, I go, just ejaculate somewhere on your...
Just on the floor?
Yeah. What
just beside the carbonara.
Why get the food? What is wrong with you?
He probably intended to throw it away, but then has woke up again from his, like, after it all and gone, like, his mate's probably barged in, we're going back on it, and has gone back on it and left.
What was the reaction to the dudes when he found out that he'd eaten the carbonara with a cum?
I don't know if he knows.
No one knows.
It wasn't a close friend. It was a lad they met on holiday.
And now he's gonna go home and he's gonna have like that throat chlamydia that you can get from, and his wife's like, "You've got throat chlamydia." I did. Well, something happened.
Yeah. I ate a lot of pasta.
So you're saying you ate pasta and cum? Is that what? Yeah, right, okay.
What did you eat for 4 days? Just loads of pills and a carbonara.
And Ian's now a sex slave, right? Okay, what?
Did you like Salt? I fucking hated Saltburn.
I've not seen it.
Oh god,
I
hated
thought it
it.
was alright.
Oh, I was in a.
It's not. I just didn't think it was as shocking as people made out.
I was in a cemetery, that famous one in France, just what you guys were talking about.
Oh yeah,
and
Brave,
no, I was just looking around at like Edith Piaf and all the different famous people, and I found one, and I to this day don't know what it was about, but somebody had taken a dump on a grave. And I still don't know whether or not they were just caught out because there's no...
Yeah.
Or was it specifically... Like,
there was a beef, yeah.
They should have left a note because I'm not, as to this day, I'm just like, where you just, you know... Say,
fuck you, Francois Truffaut.
I will defecate your grave monster.
Yeah, if there's two on it, then it must be.
Yeah. It's the bad guy. Yeah.
If there's a queue, then it's...
Just shit on your grave.
That's what they should have done with Hitler's grave rather than make it into a car park. Just made it a public toilet.
Does Hitler have a grave?
When he killed himself, was a car park now, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because
the bunker, aye?
Yeah, because he was scared people were going to turn it into a shrine. So they just made it a public car park. But maybe they'd have made it a public toilet.
And now all the Nazis parked their cars there.
Yeah. I don't think you're meant to know where it is, but you're going to walk into one in Berlin, they're like, just underneath us now is Hitler's bunker.
Wow.
But like, there's arguments with apparently no one really knows where his body is. There's arguments over who it went to. The Russians
Russians have the skull, I think.
They were the first ones in the bunker, weren't they?
Yeah.
There's an argument over who has the body. Like the person who doing the walk thing said, like, the Americans claimed to have it, and then the Russians said they got the skull or whatever. So
there must be, is there not beliefs that he's still alive as well in Argentina?
That would he wouldn't still be alive now. He'd be 100, wouldn't he?
Ah, well, but he was.
Also,
yeah.
because there was no body. I don't know, they were all argued over who had the body, so they assumed no one had the body. There was an argument that he'd gone to Argentina, yeah.
Maybe they weekend at buried him all the way to Argentina.
All the way to Argentina.
So has he got any relatives?
Yeah, but he killed them in the bump, didn't he?
So is there anyone who's blood related to Hitler still alive?
Yes.
His brother's Scouse, isn't he?
Yeah. They've all changed their name, and they've all agreed not to have children.
Shut up.
Wow.
That's got to be a snide agreement, though.
Nah, you can't just...
No, they're horrified.
They all agreed not to have children.
Yep.
Oh, so you... I want to know who they are, man.
You've got to back yourself as a parent there.
Is the name Adolf done?
Yeah.
Like, is it?
I don't
Do you reckon?
No, there's still,
kids
still
being born
Adolfs.
called,
There's still people getting registered as Adolf.
Yeah,
Probably
there's still
more.
dogs named Adolf, but don't go over to those people's houses.
I suppose if you had a grandfather who's older than him and it was passed down, you might still...
No, you've got to just accept.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, it's time's gone.
Good thing about
I think there's an Adolf in Argentina more than there will be in Germany.
yeah.
I think there's probably an Argentinian Adolf.
Good thing about a dog named Adolf is he always gives you the paw.
Yeah, I don't think there's many Germans named Adolf, but that wasn't his name either. That's the shitty part for any Adolfs.
That wasn't his name?
No, his real name was like Frickelschnizzle, or he changed his name to Adolf Hitler.
It was too Austrian, wasn't it? Isn't it his real name?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe his first name is Adolf, but his last name is not
He
Hitler.
was fucked though, wasn't he?
What?
He was a proper baghead. Like he's from incest, wasn't he?
Was he?
Was he?
Yeah, massively. His dad was fucking all his cousins and everything. He was in a little Austrian village, and that's why he had loads of congenital defects when he was born, and he was so fucked.
All right.
So he wrote other thing. He was seeing his niece or something, and she killed herself because he was like writing that he wanted her to piss on him and all this, and she didn't know how to get out of it, so she killed herself.
Right.
And then he ended up, I don't know, he got with...
Who was he writing to?
He was writing letters to her and that, and then she was like, I don't know how to get out of this. Like, my uncle's fucking me, and I hate it. And she just killed herself like 22 or something.
This is another guy I'm really starting to go off now.
But then, no, he was a product of incest.
Incredible speeches.
Austrian village, which is why everyone's like, he's got this master race idea, yet he can't fucking breathe himself.
You saying Hitler
he's
was
an
basically a pug?
Yeah, he was, yeah. He's a little fucking weedy little guy that was just on gear. And then he just was warped, wasn't he?
He did take a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
You see him at the Olympics, don't you? And he's just like this, just fucking twitching.
Rattling.
Waiting for his dealer to show up.
like me in Scotland next to the fire.
Was that the doorbell? I think I heard the doorbell because we're getting a little
He got off early as well for the Olympics.
Imagine the footage. Hitler doing a key at the Olympics.
Well, that's the thing. Any of these massive...
His line to SWAT stickers.
Yeah.
I'm back, baby, I'm back.
That's why they.
So he got the symbol.
Yeah, he's got that Adolf bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they were divvying it up.
How many lines is it in a
Well, that's why, because you couldn't do a
six.
longer line. If you'd snort a swastika, it's got to be equal.
Yeah.
You know, it really
in fact,
stands
1
out.
gram, it makes a perfectly every edge the same size.
There's no, the all legitimate thickness. It's nothing nasty. You can't play hokey pokey with it.
That would be a funny sketch, that Hitler doing lines. Fucking Nazis.
Yeah, they had to design it for
That's
that.
why he was so popular, because he was dead good at sharing a bag. He was like, he
Oh,
wouldn't
was he,
take
yeah?
too much. He wasn't selfish with it, was he? He was always good to have a line with.
But then
You don't get taught that in school, do you?
Jesus Christ.
Which is
Hitler,
also
can
why he-
anyone else please talk, Hitler? You got Jesus.
why
Yeah,
he did
he's
you
equal
know?
with the lines, but he will not shut up.
There's a full swastika. It is speech time. Take me to the Brow House.
So it gives another reason why he hates Jews as well, isn't it? What? Anatomically knows as
Oh, yeah.
I thought we'd all get that, but no.
Oh, we did. I just thought I don't want to go there. I'm terrified about this.
It's a common joke, and he shared it with a big nose, or I'd like to share a line with him. It's a common joke.
Yep, good.
Well, it's been fun,
I'll
boys.
leave you on your own with that. I ain't getting dragged into nothing. God. Oh, dear. So, did you start out with stand-up? That's what I wanted to ask you.
Nope. I met Stanhope in Edinburgh, of all places. I did a thing called the Velvet Master Laughter Room. It was in the Tron. Brian Hennigan booked it, and it would you do an hour, but you only did 1 week, which was a great way to do Edinburgh.
Like what it is now, isn't it? That's what's happening now, and everyone's going to just do a week.
Starting to shift to that, yeah.
The guy who won the award, didn't he do a week?
Yeah, Sam, yeah.
Well, he did
Who
one
did?
show for 2,000 people, I heard, or something.
That was after he won the award.
Right.
Yeah.
Who? What happened?
So Sam Campbell, when he won Edinburgh, the awards, he did the absolute minimum amount of gigs you needed to do to be eligible for the awards. I think it was like 13 nights or some shit like
What
that.
he did? I thought it was only a week.
And then the year after, he did one gig, and he only did 10 minutes to 2,000 people.
Yeah. Some Aussie fella in here.
I love Sam.
10 minutes to 2,000 people.
Yeah.
How much
Like-
did they charge?
10 quid a ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute fucking.
That, to be honest, that is gangster.
That is class.
10 spot for 2,000 people at 10 quid a ticket, and then just fuck off.
You're a cunt, but I admire it at
Yeah.
the same time. You're like, oh.
No, but that people would pay for that. Yeah, I reckon.
I remember when I first met Sam. He was in Australia, and I always thought he was really funny. But he's not open spot, but kind of close to it. And I flew back. This is when I was doing freestyle with Frankie Boyle.
Yeah.
And I remember telling him, there's this kid in Australia. He's really funny. And I think I was telling him some of his bits, and Frankie was just like, let's get him out here. Let's put him on freestyle. And I was like, let's fucking pump your brakes, Frankie. We're not flying some open spot from Australia to be on our podcast. And I keep thinking back, that probably would have been a pretty good idea.
It might have broke him though if he wasn't.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I think
Too much too soon.
Yeah.
He was broken long before anybody flew him anywhere. He's not broken, but he's always been like that.
Yeah.
Like 2,000 people, 10
Was
minutes.
the plan to do 10 minutes, or did you just do 10 minutes and think, fuck it, get on?
No, I think the plan was always he was only going to do 10 minutes.
That's fucking great.
That's so funny.
Because there's a thing where his poster for that show that he won the award for was just a picture of him with Steve Bennett.
Was it?
And it was a thing where it was something at the Melbourne Comedy Festival. Steve Bennett was at the comedy reviewer, and
we all know and love.
Yeah, he was at a party, and everyone was fucking avoiding him, and so he's kind of popping about like some leech, kind of trying to find pals.
Right.
And then Sam was the only person that went up. And he said to his friend, he was like, come and take a photo of us. So it's just the two of them having this really awkward handshake with look like that. And that was his entire poster.
Yeah. I wish more people moved like that.
Was you around when George Cotier did what he did?
With hot water with the sweets, no.
None of the sweets with the photos.
No, I'd love to get him on, but I don't even know if anyone knows how to fucking get hold of him.
I'll have to speak to Bull.
Probably learning some forgotten language in a treehouse by the sounds of it.
Did you ever met George Cotier?
No.
He's sort of not really scouts from the Wirral, a comic. Anytime he went for an award, he seems to won it. Like he won the World Series, he won something over here, but he would never take it seriously and just do mad stuff. So he'd set out and told everyone he's starting to take it. It was absolutely brilliant. Starting to take it seriously again. So he did 8 weeks of hot water every week, and he'd kill it to the point where the lads went, yeah, come and do a weekend. And he turned up to the gig on the Friday, went on stage, set up a tripod, set up a clicker, took 20 photos of himself doing comedy to a full audience, but wasn't doing it, just posing, and then took the camera down and fucked off. Just went on Facebook and put first full weekend.
Amazing.
Doing stand-up.
Wow.
Really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. And
Jesus.
Like, obviously, the Blair Brothers were fucking fuming.
Yeah.
Everyone else was like, what the fuck? Just 8 weeks of solid killing it to make sure that they go, yeah,
Just because he should piss about on the night.
so he can piss about on the night. What did he do with Paula's? He went for the Liverpool Comedian of the Year, or was it the Jonglers one?
I don't know. Before my time.
Competition. I think it was Jonglers Comedian of the Year, and it was at Laughter House, and Paula's telling everyone, you have to stick to 7 minutes.
Oh,
stick to 7 minutes. So he went on stage and wouldn't get off. I would kill the whole 45 minutes, and he was killing it the whole time. And they had to turn the lights off on him, turn the mic off on him, just because she had said to everyone, "You have to stick to 7 minutes." That's just what kind of person he was. But the thing was, because he killed it, she put him through to the next round.
Yeah.
Bollocked him, and then was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." And then in the final, he didn't say nothing, but still smashed it. We just went, and then I was acting out, and like people were laughing their heads off, and then done 4 minutes and fucked off, and then just got off. It's like, obviously he never won. She wouldn't let him win. But
wonder what he is doing now.
Don't know. But
coding or something. He's Liam Bolton's sort of.
Yeah.
Wasn't he tight with Liam?
Such a mad. Was it Matt Price? Is it Matt Price who used to have the fish? And he just didn't understand. Like, he just started picking on him and didn't. He's like reviewing all his gigs because he was doing blogs.
Oh, I've heard that. I don't think it was Matt Price, but it was somebody on the Chortle's website, and he just troll everyone on Chortle's website.
And he was writing a blog about his gigs, and he started
reviewing
his gigs, and he just couldn't. The act just couldn't get it. It was like getting really upset, and everyone was like saying, "Just ignore it," because every time you react, it's gonna go worse. And like, just started getting his videos off YouTube and put them in his blogs and be like, you can see here the way he's deconstructed this. You're like, oh, just leave him alone.
So you met him doing a week in Edinburgh?
No, yeah, sort of. Yeah, he replaced me on that show I was talking about the year after, because I went off to do my own shows. So,
did you ever see him really fucking upset a crowd?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
How bad?
Well, it won't happen. Like, it'll happen in increments, but he'll always get them back. Like,
right.
Is this you trying to liken yourself to Doug Stanhope?
No, I just want to know how bad it gets. Yeah.
It doesn't, like, not so much now.
Not so much
once
now,
somebody gets their own crowd,
yeah.
The times, like, there's been times I've seen the crowd want him to go deeper. Like, last time I saw him, he did a bunch of anti-vaxxers were thick stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, I thought that was the ballsiest thing I'd seen, because
I'd imagine this crowd to be very anti-vaxxers.
well, there was. Yeah, it was people getting up and fucking slamming their chairs. Like, God damn this. You know, it's like, I came
Not
here.
you, Doug! Not you!
Yeah. I came here to hear fucking open-minded libertarianism. I didn't come to disagree with anything. Yeah. So, you know, like, it's always the people that think they're open-minded that aren't. Yeah. And, like, once you bring up their little sacred cow, you fucking, got you too. Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, I'd just be interested in seeing someone like him go through, like, when the room don't know him, like if he did some of the stuff he might have said, and the room don't have a clue who he is.
Yeah, he doesn't generally do, like, that's club stuff, and he won't generally do a club anymore. He doesn't do it for fun, so to speak. That's his quote. He's like, they don't pay me for the gigs, they pay me for the travel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was there. Tell a lie, I was there the last time he ever did a gig just for fun, and something like that had happened. Because he was doing some stuff about ecstasy, and there was a table of women that just didn't like him, and she went up and got the bouncer of the venue and did like, my friend died from an ecstasy overdose. You got to come and get this comedian. And Doug had to, he'd had to change venues, and they were like looking for him. They were like, it was in the Tron. It was on different levels. So he was like showing up in different levels. So that woman, whoever she is, she's out there. She's ruined it because she's never done a gig for fun since.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when he thought, fuck this. Don't need it.
Yeah, he's just like, well, yeah, because it's just, yeah.
A gig for fun. You ever gigged for fun?
Yeah, when you start.
What do you do it for? Do you reckon you ever...
It depends what you mean by fun.
Well, you having fun or not?
Well, no,
Yeah,
like,
you have fun at most gigs, though, don't you? Like,
yeah, no, but like
dunno.
the late night Edinburgh one.
Yeah.
Right.
The ones you don't need to do. but
Yeah.
Yeah,
You do
yeah,
for-
it's just, yeah.
But do you not feel like every gig's getting like you don't need to do it now?
no, because you only...
No,
No, you need money. Yeah, you need
the
money.
money, man.
But sometimes you think, well, I don't even know if the money now. You're thinking, cause you do the gig, you come away, and you go, nothing's happened there. You've got your money, but you've gone. But at what
What's
cost?
happened?
But at what cost have I got this money? Where do you think now I'd be better off just doing it? Like I've said, I always say this, don't I? But just doing a video online. I think that's got more.
You're no good at videos online.
No, I need to do something like. How are you finding the circuit?
Wasn't
Yeah.
the
30
accident,
years
wasn't
deep.
the accident to the circuit, by the way.
I'm not dead to the circuit. It's just I just find it hard.
Did you not pick up? You must have picked up a fair few Waka fans supporting JB on tour.
Yeah, that. Now, when you say sort of gigging for fun, I like doing tour shows because people who are there for shows,
Yeah.
I like them because they're generally like there to watch the show. But some gigs I turn up, but like, you know, I think it's when I think back to doing like when you. It's just that St. Helens one I did. You know what I mean?
So this is based on one
one
gig.
bad gig. One bad
But
gig, the
that-
circuit's finished.
but we all know
it's all on its arse. What's the fucking point?
One bad gig in St. Helens can see anyone off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been going 15, 20 years, you go, really? Right next to a fruit machine?
What happened that it was that bad?
It wasn't that. It was just like, you know, you just turn up and it's just like, there's like
I
50
thought I was past this.
people. They don't really listen. They said the bar's going to be short. Everyone doesn't give a fuck. They go to the bar. The bars keep serving them.
Yeah, 'cause
The
they're
bar's
all local.
busier
You
than
know,
ever.
the audience are sort of in sliders. They didn't know it was happening. You think,
You felt disrespected by the audience.
you're just like, can I do this at 55?
Yeah, but that's not. That's a poorly run gig. If if your material
I do
doesn't,
poorly run gigs.
yeah, but if your material doesn't work at that gig, you can always turn around in the parking lot and go, well, that's. I won't blame that one on myself. It's when you're at like a big theater and everybody's faced the right way and they were all listening and they wanted you to do well, and you didn't. You just It's usually you stutter on the punch, not even the punch line, but the punch word of the punch line, or
You go the wrong place.
sometimes for some reason they've got pints and glasses, and as soon as you say the really important thing, a pint glass goes ding 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 ding. It's all Or sometimes you just tell the jokes in the wrong order, and there you go. Didn't
I
work.
like that attitude. Oh, well, did it in the wrong order. Never mind. You just go, that's
We
happened
go
now.
again.
You just had a bad gig, and then, fuck it.
Whereas you come away from that going, the circuit's dead. I'm on
Well,
my arse. What's the fucking point?
I do think dying at a big gig would be an experience,
Right.
like a big, important gig.
I once asked Bridges, Kev, I said, when he was doing all those the mega arenas in Glasgow, I was like, have you ever bombed in one? And he was like, you could see it taken on board, and he was like, no. And I saw him like 2 months later, and I was like, how'd that run of gigs go? He goes, well, they were good, but your voice before every time I was getting announced on the stage rang through my head going, have you ever bombed in one?
Oh, imagine bombing an arena gig.
Smith said it's different. Like the deaths are different, but you still die. It's just not. It's just the deaths are just different. Like they still like you, they want you to do well, and it's never really a death. But there's a difference between when it goes well and when you can see them sort of fidgeting in the seat.
What, like
laughing but thinking?
Theatre or arena?
Well, both. But I think
It'd be arena. I reckon arena is much worse because
I think with arena you can block it out. But with theatre, he said like a death is like the laughing, but you can see them sort of look at the clock going.
Right.
What time is this going to be done? Or
it's because they don't like. It's better, like even like Kev said this to me as well. Like and Paul get it as well. Where the attention span will just be because they'll know him from the clips.
Yeah.
They won't really realise that it's an hour or an hour and a half, 90-minute show.
Being that far,
and it's not. It can't possibly be just a clip after clip after clip after clip. It can't just be him doing. So they will go, oh, this isn't what we thought at all. Like so it's their expectation of what the show is going to be, as opposed to.
But I think being in any room that size with a man talking, it's just too big, isn't it? It's just too big.
What do you think the size you can go to?
Well, I think 1,000's quite a big. If the room's good,
yeah.
Like if the room's good and 1,000, I think that would be nice.
Yeah.
But like it is too big for one man talking in an arena. You go to the match or something. People are on the phone all the time, aren't they?
I did Jim Jeffries' tour last year, open for him, me and Maxwell, and we did the first night was in Glasgow, which is a great comedy town, but it was in that Armadillo.
Yeah, that's not a good room for comedy.
No. Well,
What's
whoever
it,
said, like, we're going to put on a comedy show. Well, just hear me out. What if we turned an armadillo upside down and hollowed it out and made it like gigantic? That'd be a perfect place for comedy. Yeah, no. And it's like 7 layers. Like it doesn't
It's
make
not even
any
a good.
sense.
It's not, I've seen music gigs in there, and it's not even a good room for a band.
What's it?
It's just a shite. It's like 3,500, but it does just go like that. Like
it's
like a wall
the
of
highest
so
roof in
high,
comedy.
Yeah,
And
I mean it's like proper fucking Vertigo with
Is
people
it?
at the top. Like it's
And because it was the first night too. Me and Maxwell were like, "Is it gonna be like this every night?" But it wasn't. That was just the one weird one-off to start the tour. Yeah.
So does Jeffries does he do arenas, or is he just choosing to do theatres like or 2,000s? What's
well, I think we did the 3 Arena in Dublin. He did. He didn't do mega venues in it, but they were still about 2,000-3,000.
Yeah, you must get past it, I reckon, then once you've done it all.
What do you mean?
Like if you know you can do it, that's when you kind of go.
He said the arenas, they're more for ego because you sell a lot of tickets, but you don't make as much money. And because
really?
No,
I heard the story.
it's got to do with insurance wise, venue rental. It's more to show that
Per person, do you mean, or just?
It's he didn't go into the deal's not great. It wouldn't be the same deal as a
I understand
theater.
you're not making more per person, but I think I know from Paul, it's just how much you make in one night for one show. You can't not do it.
I know
it's too much to say no to.
I know someone. I was speaking to someone who knows someone who was doing arenas, and they'd sold 6,000 tickets, and they were going to make nothing from that gig.
What? How?
No,
That's what they said.
That's why
I'll tell you off pod who it was.
That's why I only stick to 50 or 100 seaters.
Yeah.
That's peak profit. That's what
Once everyone takes the cut and everything, because with the arena you just get the shell, don't you? You got to pay for everything.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, if the arena holds 10, you might have to get to 7, and then anything after 7 might be what you make, which is probably going to be a load of money.
Like Glastonbury.
But if you 6,000, that's only half the venue.
Yeah. You've probably got a shitload of advertising and PR behind that.
Yeah.
If you're doing the venue anyway, it's like
massive comic.
Insurance, man. Insurance for 6,000 people.
See, I didn't even think about that. Like the fact that you'd have to pay for the.
I assume they'd have the venue'd have insurance.
Yeah, probably, but I think you'd cover yourself. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but there's lots of little hidden charges. It's
These poor arena.
yeah, I feel real.
Bless them.
Real bad
Bless
for
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must be able to make money, and the cunts wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
it's really nice, and for myself, I remember them all starting, being in the same car rides as me, going to the same gigs. Some of them couldn't go on after me because I was the better comic. And, well. I'm still in the car. Where are they?
You still are the better comic, though.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. It's like,
And that really helps.
yeah.
Oh, you tell that to your bank manager.
Might happen in the 33rd year.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey, look at Jeff.
Yeah, look at Innocent.
Innocence.
yeah.
You never know. That's the one thing of this business that is
Stones should
Horrific.
start to take off.
yeah, Stone's flying now.
Yeah. Yeah, it can happen.
Ian.
Well,
Oh, Ian, yeah.
Take off now.
Dave Johns.
Yeah.
He-
Not, he wasn't
well, he was in
stand
a
up, was it?
movie,
It was
doesn't
film.
count. That's fucking fake. Not having that. No.
Yeah.
Dave
You're not
Jones
having it.
doesn't-
You're
no.
Milo.
nominated for a BAFTA. What the fuck are you
Milo's
talking
how deep
He's
was
not a
Milo?
comic anymore.
Huh?
20 years Milo, was he before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Milo's
yeah,
55 this year.
Is he?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Fucking
You're lying.
No, Milo's 55.
You're
You know he's got a pool.
I know,
He's
yeah,
building
yeah.
a pool.
Ah, fuck.
I thought, are we allowed to put that out? Yeah.
I don't think so,
Oh.
no, but fuck him.
Yeah.
I guessed it, didn't I? I said, so have you built your pool yet? Who the fuck's told you? It was like, no one's meant to know. I was like, I just guessed. I said, you're middle class. I said, I bet you've got a sauna. I said, I've had a sauna for years.
Yeah.
I was like, well, your next step was a pool, then, wasn't it? So fucking... And he was like,
He don't speak, so he won't come on the pod again, will he?
he'll come on.
Do you reckon?
It's pointless having him on. He's boring. What do you do? Say hello to him and fuck off.
Yeah. Do you reckon he come on as Troy? Because that's the only way we get views with him.
I
innit?
know.
And they just think it's just some random lad with black hair. He's useless to us, Milo. Get your fucking smoking jacket on.
He wouldn't share it anyway.
I'm going to Tenerife to do a gig with Milo next week.
Oh, yeah, I had to go.
Oh, I think I've seen. So is Elliot going as well?
Me, Milo, and Elliot.
Yeah. I texted him, said,
I imagine you're all on the same feet.
yeah.
Is it a tour gig or is it like a what? Just like
I don't know what that guy. I think the guy contacted me because Milo had said
They'd
been
change
trying
his
to get-
costumes between
yeah,
shows.
They've been trying to get Milo over, and then I think they said like to Milo, "Who do you want to go over with you?" So he picked me and Elliot,
yeah.
and then, but the guy's been asking like me and Elliot if we can do videos to
What?
promote the gig, and I'm like. What do you like?
That's
what
insulting,
the
that.
fuck are the two of us bringing to this? Like, there is no one coming to see me and Elliot. Like literally, like we are just a delay.
It'll be
before
worse off.
Milo
The
comes
show
on. That's
will be
all we
worse
are.
off.
Yeah, yeah.
So
If you think about you and Elliot do, I watch Troy is.
Don't advertise us as
Yeah.
being on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The last thing you want them is no one we're
Yeah.
on beforehand. Because then they'll come late or they'll think, fuck. Just no.
That is a bit annoying, the idea that you're getting tasked with doing videos to promote a gig that he is on.
That he
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
sell out
Yeah.
if he just did a video.
That feels like a piss take.
They've got a huge big poster outside the airport as well.
Have they?
As you leave the airport, there's just this big. We saw the poster, and it's like 9 pictures of Milo, and then me and Elliot in each corner, a tiny wee thing like that.
And how does that make you feel, Mark?
I don't give a shit. Honestly,
How
couldn't
long
give
are you
a
over there
fuck.
for?
3 days.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
that'll be fun.
When's
so
the
it'll be
gig?
good. The gig's the day we arrive, on the Friday.
Right, get the gig.
No, the
going.
Saturday, sorry, and then the Sunday
Yeah,
we're
the
going.
gig's
We're going to
on
go to the
the
water
yeah.
park. So
Yeah, I messaged him when I saw you were doing it. I said, the only gig I'll ever ask you, take me with you.
Where was it?
Tenerife,
Right.
because there's been a back and forth over who's going to like compare. Because Milo's like, well, one of you needs to. And then I was like,
Why do
well,
you need to
Elliot can do it. And then Milo's gone like, not a fucking chance Elliot is comparing this gig because...
Well, why did he ask you then?
No, exactly, I know.
Yeah.
So, is it going to be a proper gig then?
I think so, aye.
It's not just going to be a tour. Just have it as
MC
a tour.
opener and closer.
Just have it as a tour show with 2 supports.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
I think it's in
So
like,
you can go tell you what you do. I'm an expat. All right, sounds, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. What do you do? I work in a bar. All right,
Yeah.
sounds,
So does Jeffries take you and Maxwell out all or just split it or something?
Took us both, yeah.
Two
Oh,
sports.
every show.
Yeah, it was the most fun I've had. It was difficult in that tour started, and we were picked up and we called it the Golden Bullet. It was this it was a redone van, so you were driving, but you had like your own seat at a table and stuff, and dropped at 5-star hotels, just told what time to be in the lobby, taken to the gig. Food was provided. There was big bottles of booze, and me and Maxwell took that as a challenge. And because Jim doesn't drink anymore, so me and Maxwell were drinking these bottles, and we'd finish one and they'd just replace them. Like just immediately, and we were like, "Well, let's see that we'll see if they'll do that every time." And they did. They did.
Doesn't he get invoiced for that though?
Yeah. Jim pays for it, but he doesn't care. Yeah. Although he
3 for $5 in Tesco around the corner's not gonna.
He say he doesn't care. We'll see next tour.
Yeah.
When next tour he takes 2 sober acts with him because like the fucking cunt took $1,000 off my bottom line.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. I think he's still a booze hound.
Jim is.
No, you.
No, I don't drink anymore.
Do you not know?
Sober as well now.
Yeah.
Loads of people get sober, don't they? I can see why. I can absolutely see why. I'm going to do it eventually. I am. You're not. You're never. You committed now.
I'm
fully.
far too deep in now.
You're not even going to bother.
Cowards way out.
When did you stop drinking?
At the start of September.
Oh, so just recent.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel any better for it?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit's not enough. A little bit's not enough to give it all up.
So, how old are you now? If you don't mind me asking.
49.
Right. And you've just given up for that, and then that you think that you just not even have a break from it.
We'll see. We'll see.
I just can't imagine I can imagine it, but I don't know what.
You asked me to get tins on the way here. You're talking about giving up ale. You asked me to get tins on the way here. I told you everyone else was driving, and you went, "Fuck it, I'll just drink it anyway."
Well, I'm having one more. I am gonna have to stop though.
What, drinking? Or drink driving?
How old are you? Wasn't it?
32.
32.
Yeah,
still young.
I can't imagine ever.
You pay for it though, don't you? If you keep boozing now, you do. It does come. I do feel like it's gonna come hard and be like, oh no.
You're desperate for like someone's just tell you to stop drinking.
Oh, I am gonna stop. Like, look at Freddie having to do that 6-month thing.
Yeah, and he's fucking miserable.
Yeah, he was.
Well, he was before too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
He's just miserable in a different way.
What made you make the decision, or do you not want to?
Yeah, just time to do it. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Freddie's struggling with it. Like he's, because Freddie.
I don't think he is. I think he's enjoying it.
I think he needs an outlet. That's the thing. He's telling me that.
You got to realise Freddie does fuck all. He's got no mates. Comedy's his life. When I say mates, I mean outside of comedy.
Yeah.
Like, comedy's his life, his mates. He's got friends in comedy, and then that's it. So when he sits on the couch, and the dreaded thoughts we get of, am I where I want to be? And all that just hits him. And then
he's not an alcoholic, is he? Because an alcoholic drinks on that medication.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
an alcoholic doesn't go, you're going to die, and then they go, all right, sound, I'll stop for 6 months.
He's not drinking because of the medication. No, he's stopped drinking because his heart was 3 times as big as it should be. Like the opposite of the Grinch.
No, he said the doctor said you can't drink whilst you're doing this medication. So
no, the doctor said you carry on drinking.
It's foreign in Art's heart, though.
Because his heart's too big.
But alcoholics get told you're going to die if you drink, and they do it anyway.
Alcoholics get told you're going to die if you carry on drinking because of like liver poisoning and that. Well, you don't really believe it. It's like when you say to fatties, just pack it in, you'll feel better. And fatties go, I won't feel that much better, so I'm not going to pack it in. Whereas Freddie's been told you're about 6 weeks away from a heart attack. So it's different.
God.
He does look a lot better.
Yeah.
I
Not on the eyes.
noticed a massive change in him. I think he's getting a bit more shape to his face, maybe, but I don't know.
Can you get more? What do you think you'd be like if you went sober?
Sound, I reckon.
We discussed this. You wake up feeling better?
Yeah, sort of.
Again, sort of's not enough. We argue this. He says he has 3 days off the ale and he wakes up feeling great. I feel the same.
You feel the same?
Yeah.
Drinking still?
No, if I don't drink for 3 days and then I wake up, I don't wake up thinking, oh, I'm all fresh and
Yeah.
I just still feel as shit as I did on the ale. So why stop?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I've stopped previously, and like I've done various different, like, gone vegan for a couple of months and stuff, and you keep expecting this one day where you suddenly go, holy shit, this is the key. Like, this is where it never comes.
No,
you just go.
Yeah, but surely losing a bit of weight would be nice.
Maybe I'm just miserable the rest of my fucking life.
If the day's gonna twat me in the face every morning anyway, I'd rather it did it with a hangover.
Yeah.
But you got a little one, haven't you?
2.
You got 2 now, have you?
Mm.
Lovely.
You got any?
I've got 1.
Oh, how old?
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, mine's 6.
Is it? Yeah.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah. That I think that should give you some impetus to stop.
I talk about this on stage. Like when new bit on stage. I've only done it once so far. Saying I think I want my wife to leave me because I really want to lose weight, and I can't think of anything else that could happen in my life.
Yeah,
it's going to make me lose weight. Like I've had a child and that didn't work. So what's left? So
having to get naked in front of someone else.
That's it. Having to try and sleep with other women is what's going to make me lose weight. So that's.
Yeah, I got fucked last night. Bottle of red.
Just one?
No, I had the bottle of red. I had 4 Madry bottles, and then 1 big Cruz Campo, and then 1 glass of Pinot.
Right.
And then
you're up on the whiskey now?
I finished the whiskey.
You're not going to buy any more?
I will, but it's just too expensive, and it really fucks me the next day.
Right.
So if you had a whiskey on top of all of that at the end of the night,
that's
the hangover is just like way worse.
No, the wine's the one for me. The wine hangover's the worst for me.
Because you think it's only innocuous, that you think that tiny little bit of whiskey is like, that won't do any harm to the rest of I've been having. It's like, no, that's gonna send you like.
Yeah.
I used to find with whiskey, if I did it at the end of the night, I would pour these massive glasses, but put ice in them to act like, it's mostly ice.
Yeah.
3 cubes.
Well, I pour like, what is the equivalent of quadruple probably, and then say to myself, it's to save myself going back.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing it for. And then I go back and get another one anyway, and you're like,
Yeah.
what was the fucking point?
You've had 10 whiskey.
Yeah. I do it old fashioned. I'll make it old fashioned, and it's meant to be like a double whiskey, single sugar water, and mine's a quadruple whiskey, a double sugar water. Make sure I don't
cherry chocolate orange.
I mix it all in and think, well, that'll last me longer, and it just never ever does.
Yeah,
because by the time you've done one, the ice is melted, so it tastes so much easier to drink. You just go wham, and then you just go and get another one. You're like, and 4. You think to yourself, I've only had 4 drinks,
Aye.
and you realise no, you've had 16.
Yeah.
You've had
So
16.
were you a whiskey man then, were you, when you were...
Oh, I loved it, yeah.
Oh, was that one of your main ones?
Yeah.
Just a nice big whiskey.
Gin and tonic was what I would maintenance drink with, but...
Can't drink tonic, me.
No. But yeah, I'd generally keep a good Scottish whiskey and finish off the night with that.
Sit in it.
I'm trying to think what I want now when I go.
Well, I'm not gigging, am I? So
Neither am I. I'm going to watch the NFL.
can't wait. Absolutely
Oh,
cannot
yeah.
wait.
It's games tonight, isn't it?
Yeah,
Your team playing?
Yeah, Chiefs are playing at 1 o'clock.
Ah.
So I'm just going to stay up for it. Fuck it.
I'll be driving back to Suffolk. So.
You going straight back tonight?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've got open Hot Water, do Nightingale's Chester gig. Then I got to drive back and close Hot Water.
Then you've got to drive.
I got to drive all the way to Suffolk.
What's that, 3 hours?
No. No.
Where's Suffolk? Is it Suffolk, Norwich? Is it not?
Ipswich. You're thinking Ipswich. Yeah,
Far.
usually it'll take about 5 in the end.
So off stage, 12 off stage just before midnight.
Yeah.
Back in 5 in the morning.
5. I would be lucky to get to 5. I reckon I'll be 6, and I might have to pull over and sleep in a cold parking lot for an hour. I had to pull over and sleep just to get up here.
Yeah. What do you do to keep yourself going? Your Red Bull coffee, what are you?
Yeah, drink coffee. Sporting events help, but the problem with that game is I don't really care who wins.
Right.
So, late at night, you have to switch to music. I've too many times. Start listening to a book, and you're like,
That's the book's the problem. Yeah, I have to turn podcasts off. And
Yeah, for them 11-minute drives.
podcast. Although, if it's a scary one, like if it's got a werewolf in it or something, no, not a werewolf, but some of those true crime ones where there's really a beast on the loose. It makes you a little like.
But on
where could he be?
phone and talk shows. I listen to
Phone
them
in.
on the way
Do you
home.
ring up?
No, I don't ring up. But because phone and talk shows during the day are mental enough. But see the fucking psychopaths that phone in the middle of the night. It's fascinating. Like it's just
Mentally ill.
Oh, it's unbelievable. That keep you gripped for
Right.
a 9-hour drive easily.
I've not listened to any phone until now. Actually, I've not listened to the radio, but I think I'd enjoy that.
Yeah,
Just listening to some really local
you'd phone
station.
in, no,
Yeah, I would. I think I want to
you
get
could know
involved.
yourself. Yeah.
Like the idea you can ring up and be like, "There's no one in the queue."
Yeah.
Back in the day, you thought getting through to the radio was almost impossible. But now no one listens to it.
Yeah.
No one will be ringing up.
Oh,
would
you go
they?
straight through.
Yeah.
And there's only so quickly that they can cut you off before you manage to get some outrageous view out. Like, here's the thing about the Jews.
What have you listened to? Did you listen to it?
Yeah, I listen to it.
Do you?
Yeah, I've got an app that's got various. Got about 5 of them in a row.
Just some regular.
So whenever it goes to an ad break, I'll just switch to the next
And
one.
are they UK radio stations that have phone-ins at like 2 a.m.
all the way through the night as well.
And you'll listen to them.
It's called Radio Player. So you can just pick radio stations from around the world.
Oh, is that Radio Garden or is?
No, it's just called Radio Player is what it's called, and then you can just find.
I love it.
So you can find various. Because I listen to a lot of LA radio stations during the day because they play like a lot of kind of surf punk music, which is nice. And then, but yeah, at night you just get and they always do. It's never like they discuss like trivial things. They're always discussing the situation in Palestine, and you go, "There's no one that's up at this point that has got any salient point to be made about Palestine."
Where were they
but
usually
they'll fucking
from?
they'll give them the platform anyway, and then next up we've got Doreen from St Helens giving her view on Roe versus Wade, and you're like,
I love it. You shouldn't laugh at the mentally ill. Like,
fucking brilliant,
someone
man.
calling up, just going.
and then you get pissed people phoning up as well.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people that are properly cunty. Like, literally, and it's terrible to say, but anytime I hear, right, next up we've got Jim from Glasgow, and I go, oh no. And then Jim's been fucking hammered, and he's phoning up, and he's barely like I can barely understand the cunt.
Who the fuck
And he's
rings
just
up?
like, it's amazing, man.
I don't think I know anyone that would do that.
No.
I can't think of anyone in my life that I know that would ring a radio at 2 a.m. to discuss politics or something. And I wish I did. I wish I knew someone in my life that would have
I
that
had to
gear.
stop.
If I was pissed enough, I reckon I could get to it.
My wife made me stop listening to there's a phone-in show on Radio Scotland every morning that starts just as I drop the kids off.
Right.
So it's like a 40-minute drive back to the house. So I'll drive back and I'll listen to that, and it like 3 days out of the 5.
40-minute school run.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, I sit in my arse for a while and I check the phone, but I could do it in 15. But I
as the crow flies.
3 days out of 5 I'll come in angry
Right.
because of shit people have talked on the radio that morning. Like, I'm fucking furious. Like, absolutely. I come in raging.
Yeah.
And she just goes, "You've got to stop. Like, you're ruining your entire day by people phoning in and giving opinions."
I can't listen to football phone-ins.
Oh,
last
God,
night,
yeah.
Are you fucking thick?
Yeah.
Like, because I get so close to calling him going, are you
Yeah.
fucking thick? Is he fucking... None of you have ever played... You even go to match.
We've discussed that. They've won then, haven't they?
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
That moron from St. Helens has won.
Yeah.
They used to, in Canada, those sports calling shows were really popular, but they had to finally just make a rule. No talking about prospective trades. People are just calling up. This is what they should do.
Everyone's a GM.
Who's your NFL team?
Seahawks.
The Seahawks.
Yeah. We've had a bit of an off year, but
Just sacked the longest serving. most
yeah,
successful
Pete
head coach.
Carroll's been sacked, but I think there's a possibility because I don't know if Denver's cut him yet, but we could get Russell Wilson back for free and have all we traded him to Denver
He's getting
and got
cut, but
everything.
I don't
Got
think
it such a big return for him, and then to get him back, that'd be awesome.
No, you wouldn't want him back. He's shite now.
You must be, as a Chiefs fan, you must be pissed off with the Taylor Swift curse that she's...
Well, it wasn't. Well, it started off not a curse.
Right.
She went to the first couple of games and we were playing great, and then since then we've been playing shite. But I quite enjoy it. It's something to look at.
Do you play any sport?
I used to play ice hockey. I stopped last year though.
Did someone
Last year,
Someone died recently in that
yeah,
because of a slit throat.
yeah.
I stopped last year. Don't look at me.
So are they banning the fighting now?
No,
That wasn't because of the fight.
Not
That
the
was
fighting. That was just
Nah.
fell over.
that was a freak
But I'm
accident.
sure,
yeah.
aren't they?
It wasn't an accident.
It wasn't an
That's the
accident. huh?
argument. The suing,
Oh,
I
fuck.
could see
the suing now
yeah.
for manslaughter. Apparently.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, he got arrested. I
Shit.
think that was silly, but he did that on purpose. What he was trying to do, he was
kill
trying
him.
to take his leg out, which is a cheap play because you can blow somebody's knee out. But the guy adjusted, and he still was like, there was nothing else he could do.
Yeah.
So he raised his leg even higher, just to try and get in the way. But he's got to be aware that that's a very, very sharp instrument, and it just was. Yeah, it was. He wasn't trying to kick him in the neck, but he was definitely trying to impede him with this skate. But that's been happening more, even like in the level I play at. You would see people like they're trying to stamp you more because the skates are just sharper, and they just people they get rushes of blood to the head.
So is there enough people interested in it over here to play an amateur game sort of thing?
Yeah.
So how would you like? Would you play an ice hockey the way we play five-a-side sort of thing? Like a load of mates / amateurs turn up and
I
stuff?
played on a team that had a big enough registry. It got divvied into 4 teams, but
Oh wow!
and then we'd play other teams too. We'd play there was a Russian team where every once in a while you're playing hard and you're getting and like beacon to like fuck you, just and then
you fight.
Then you start thinking like what does this Russian gentleman do for a job? Because I'm certainly threatening him with violence, which may not be the smartest thing I've ever done.
When you play, would the
No, you don't fight at that level. No. Sometimes guys will get into them, but you just get kicked out of the game. And if you do it too much, you get kicked off the team because people aren't really, like these guys all have like serious jobs and stuff, so they can't go with a black eye to work.
Do you have to have all your own gear or just rent all the gear? And that?
You have your own gear, you buy it because you can't wash it. You can't wash it in a washing machine, so
Expensive.
you wouldn't want to. Yeah.
I was gonna say, sounds like an expensive hobby, that.
Yeah. But I mean, if you use it enough, it's.
My wife's cousin had trials for the Scottish national ice hockey team 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
did she make it?
17. Yeah,
got in?
I don't know if he got in yet, but no, is he? Is he 16? 16, yeah.
I just the fighting bit fascinates me because it's just I actually googled it the other day and it's just like I said, why is that allowed? And it's like some sort of cultural, like it's just part of the culture of it. Is that why? Because they just go. It used to be a bit of a The rules were a bit wild.
Every team had a bully.
Well, it was just like it was a bit. No one knows what's got. So every now and then you just.
What it was for, because you got the sticks. People would, you could really take somebody's eye out with a stick. So it was sort of as a deterrent to keep the sticks down. If you knew that somebody's going to punch you in the face, if you were.
So it's a safer option.
Yeah, and it also, because I mean, with the sticks and the skates, you can do something really dirty with both of those. So that it acts as a deterrent. But I mean, now there's so much money in the game, like it's a lot of, I don't know, the kind of people that fist fight for justice. They're sort of being priced out of it anyway. So the violence will be
in the major, in the highest level of it. It's not like it's not every game, is it?
No, not every game anymore. No.
Just seems like it's a mad idea to have a sport.
Anyone could fight, or was it just you? Wasn't one nominated person?
No, anybody could fight. Right. There was just usually one guy that was really good at it, and he would act as the deterrent. Because if you were really running around and hitting the star players too, like it sort of made sense. I mean, it's probably a bad idea, and as I get older, I can see it for what it is. It was just two bare-knuckle fighters. But I mean, if you've ever been in an arena when a fight starts, you'd realize that no, this is good. This is this should happen, because cathartic. It gets you. It's just that kind of game. It's you're really invested in it, and tempers can boil over.
Well, is that because it is so dangerous? That's why you're on such a highly strung level.
I think so. It's part of it. Yeah.
So fast as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's fast. It's not particularly dangerous, but I mean the hitting's still in there, and the hitting is you can really still hit somebody. That's what I always thought about fighting too. Is like you don't have to fight. Like if you get somebody at the right time, a good hit will almost hurt more than a punch.
Oh, they're not expecting it.
Yeah, I used to call it making them make the sound. That's the if you can make somebody go like that when you hit them. It was always such a knowledge because you were both there in the hit, and that did it. He made the sound, so you're going.
What are the speeds they're going at on the ice?
Well, it depends. If I don't know what the actual.
I don't fancy that. I break them 5-a-side, me.
You did break playing 5-a-side.
I know. God. Have you ever played hockey? Surely you played hockey, privately educated.
Oh, do you mean field hockey?
Mm.
No, it was too late.
You privately educated?
A couple of years in private education, yeah.
Surely you know that.
Year 9, I got kicked out in year 12.
You kicked out?
Well, I got asked not to come back.
Too sick?
Well, no, some lad had them off. So
that was Holy Family. No, basically, my results weren't good enough. But
so too sick.
But they were basically.
Actually, come to think of it, Mark, that's another way of putting it. No, I wasn't thick. My results were not good enough.
I basically GCSEs all great. Come to A levels, realised, hold on, no one's making me do anything here. We're in GCSEs, they literally locked the door.
Right.
So when I didn't do coursework, they locked the door on me and said, you're not leaving until you've done like 1,000 words of this. I would call your parents up and go, this is what's happening, end of. Because your parents sign a contract to allow them things to happen. So, but in sixth form was very much, no, we're not going to police you anymore.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. Right. So I didn't do anything. And I got results were fine, but they weren't to the school standard. And so the school was like, you need to, for you to get to our standard, you need to resit the year. And I was like, but I don't need to resit the year because my results are good enough. I can carry on. I can resit 2 exams and come away with okay marks. And like, we don't do okay marks. So either you resit the year or you go somewhere else to carry on. So I went somewhere else to carry on.
Did you board?
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that sort of private school. It was like the best school in Liverpool.
Right.
That's not Eton, is it? You know what I mean? It was still like, yes, it was a good school. I started there in year 9 and lasted till, like say, lower 6th, year 12, and then got asked to leave.
What was your education like?
Class.
I went to class.
Yeah. What's year 9? What's that?
Third year.
We've got a completely third year, right?
So I say year 9 because that's what the people say in Liverpool, whereas in private school they call it third year.
Third year of high school. So
Yeah. So in year 12 would be lower 6, like first year college.
I have no idea what grade anybody's in when
What
they talk about it.
Did you do high school?
Yeah, but
Did you go to college or not?
I didn't go to college, no. But
So
it's when
16 finished.
No. 18?
So you'd have done the equivalent of our college then.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. You call them all different things, so I don't know what you're talking about when you call them those things.
11 to 16 is high school, 16 to 18 college, 18 to 21 university.
But then it was always confusing, like sixth form, college, all this stuff.
Sixth form
Same with like your like middle school, all
sixth
this
form
stuff.
and college are the same thing, except if you went to sixth form, you stayed in school and did it. If you went to college, you went to a different place.
None of this makes any sense.
No, and you don't need to know.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Canada,
You say you've got 2 kids now, he needs to know.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily.
Maybe not. Yeah, it's in Canada. It's kindergarten and then like grade 1, grade 2, all the way up to grade 12.
How is it?
Yeah, it's very simple but effective. In that you know what people are talking about. Here it's like, well, they're in the championship.
Do you know that whole thing? You get held back. Does that happen? Like I think because I don't think there's many people that get held back in our school system. Is there? No one really gets held back a year, do they?
No, only college you see it more.
But like, you guys seem to always go like, oh, I had to repeat the third grade 4 times or something.
You're thinking of Americans.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I was thinking, does that not apply in Canada as well? No. Where you repeat the grade.
Happen, but I don't know. How often does it happen here?
Never.
Basically never. But what
if the class is too big, you might get
American
moved.
TV or American films, it seems to be quite common over there. But from what I'm gathering from watching them films, is at the end of every year you sit an exam. If you don't pass the exam, you have to then repeat. Whereas over here, we don't sit exams till the very end of school.
Right.
You don't have exams.
We have exams to sort of see how we're getting on, but we don't have exams that count for anything until the end of school. So you basically do 4 years until exam. Like in high school, you do 4 years, and then your exams start.
The last 3 years are the big. Well, last
2 years.
2 years, really. Yeah.
The rest of it is just to see.
Though it's all multiple choice. I remember one time took a math and I needed this to graduate high school, and I just didn't listen the whole year. And I had a system. In the test, I'd cover this eye, and then this eye was the rover. Whatever I could get over here, I could get. And I sat beside the smartest girl in class, and I leaned on like this, and I just did her. I did the whole test like that. I just copied her, and it was a 100-question thing. And then the teacher came up and said, I've just noticed what you were doing. If I catch you one more time, you're big trouble. And I was like, I have no idea what you're speaking of, but okay.
All your tests were multiple choice.
She left, and so I had like 5 questions left, and I was like, AC/DC. And I was the first one finished. I had to walk up, aced another one. 95 out of 100. That's gonna be enough. And I walked out the door, and the last thing that teacher said to me, we'll see you that evening at the Improv, Glenn.
Nice.
So they knew you wanted to do stand-up as well?
Yeah, I was always open about it.
Cool. When did you start? You started at 30 or something, didn't you?
27, I think I started. Yeah, I was quite late.
Yeah. What was you doing before?
Fucking like office jobs and shit like that.
Pissing about.
Used to manage a stock room, like that kind of proper menial shit. Yeah.
What was it like starting at 27? I started at 23 and I thought I was old.
Yeah, you do. I mean, at that time, I don't know if it was. I don't know if you really noticed it or not, but
Oh, I did. I had to keep reminding myself everyone was 5 years younger than me.
yeah. I suppose. I mean, the thing is, like, sometimes I've beat myself up about it by going, "We should have started earlier," but I wouldn't have been any good if I'd started earlier because I didn't really have the confidence and I didn't really have anything to say or make jokes about at all. So
Yeah.
I think any time starting under 30's fine.
I don't know. I don't think. So, did you have any kids when you started?
No, not when I started.
I couldn't imagine starting with kids. I found it
Yeah.
hard starting when I had to pay my own bills. I had my own flat. I was only renting, but even that I found hard.
Yeah, no, start doing 10 spots
You got
with kids.
responsibilities.
If you were doing Beat the Frog in 10 spots when you had kids,
Yeah,
that'd be hard.
Yeah, daddy can't do bedtime tonight. He's got to go and beat the frog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christ, oh fuck.
I don't know. I think give you the impetus to get better quicker, though.
Oh, his Bishop, he had like
Well,
a full family.
But he had money, though.
Yeah, but it's different. You got a
No, it wasn't
six-figure
that.
job.
Yeah, he did have money.
That's what I mean. So.
He just, I think he was having rocky times with this marriage.
He
So
split up, didn't
he
he?
was walking. Yeah. There was nights that he didn't have his kids, and he was walking past the frog, and he was like, "Okay, I'll give this a shot."
Yeah.
And yeah,
No, I think if you were split up and you had kids on the nights you didn't have it, then you could go and do it. Obviously, you can't gig as much, there's a bit less flexibility. But
Yeah, no,
the
not
idea
about, like-
of being having a 6-figure salary, I mean, I'll just piss about doing stand up. But if you're like slogging it out 12 hours a day in a
Managing
factory
a stock
something
room.
with kids around, and then you're not got money, that'd take its toll on you pretty quick. I think you'd have to get good within a year.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but it also could be your beacon in a life. You know,
imagine
you're
you
having
stand
a
out.
hard life. There's one like sort of shining thing that's nice and good.
Yeah.
I imagine you stand out once the other open spots. You got loads of 18-year-old kids all talking about the same thing, and you're like there, like having an actual opinion on something with life experience. I imagine it makes you stand out more. There's who's that Southern act now? Just on Live the Apollo, shaven head girl. She's got
Laura
3
Smith?
kids.
Laura,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's only started. She's like quite relatively new, really.
Is she?
Only like 5 or 6 years in, really. Though, like, and she's sort of risen dead quick. But that's probably because she started it late, has come with life experience.
Yeah.
Has got things to talk about rather than like.
Mm.
I remember when I first started, you just chat about shite until like.
Wonder what the
you
mentality
realise
of
I can talk
comics
about
starting
things
now
I've
is.
gone through.
Wonder what the mentality is.
What do you mean?
What in terms of what they want to get from it?
Yeah, like what they view it as and what they. Do you know what I mean? Like, just do they want to get really good at a club or do they want to get big online? Like, what's their mentality? Like, what would they see to make them want to do stand up?
I imagine online will be far more important than ever getting good.
Do you think anybody wants to be a stand up anymore?
Like the art of it, sort of thing.
Yeah, like, do you think anyone goes, I want to be on stage telling, rather than, I want to be.
Do you think anyone starts thinking, I want to be the kind of person that talks about this or kind of person that does this?
Yeah, I think they want to have a way to monetize fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, is anyone starting just because they go, I really find these comedians hilarious, I want to be like that? Or they go in, oh, look at that guy's life. He's got 3 million followers and he goes to all the parties. What do I do to do that? Like, is anybody going to want to be a comic anymore?
There's probably still be the pool will get smaller.
I would hope so, but it
Probably
certainly
just
it
become-
won't be as many.
Become minority, won't it?
Won't be as many
Like-
as when I started, like, but then you like at some point the social media thing will burst. I
What do you mean by
reckon.
burst, though?
In terms of, I mean, you can like the oversaturation of it. I mean, you can
Yeah.
barely go through any of them now without it being a stand-up clip.
No, that's just us. Regular
Is that
people
just us?
don't see any of that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's that's
haven't
just the algorithm that
they
we're
haven't
in.
got a
it's 'cause we're-
fucking
'cause
clue.
we're echo chamber sort of thing.
Aye.
Yeah, we're just greeted with people walking in the park every single day in a clip of someone.
Yeah.
Whereas normal people never see that.
Yeah, no people have got their own interests or something,
Yeah.
like people need.
Yeah, I suppose,
things like that.
yeah.
They haven't got a clue.
But there must. I mean, there will become a point where, I mean, like Instagram will go the same way as like Facebook's
Facebook.
not as popular as
Oh,
it
it's
was.
dead now.
Oh, Facebook's the one that's coming back now.
Shut up.
Really?
Facebook's the fastest growing social media on the planet now. That's why you see all the new
What?
ones are starting to put most of them on Facebook because it's the fastest growing one because of that whole circular thing of like no one wants the generation above. So Snapchat's now dying. Like TikTok was, and Facebook's coming back because Facebook's gone round again to be fashion.
Well, where's Instagram stand?
Well, Instagram's
I've heard that's on its way out.
That's your ma and your auntie are on Instagram.
Ah.
Our ma was on Facebook. Their ma was on Instagram. So now it's all coming back, sort of thing. So Facebook.
So everyone's dead on Facebook now because of all.
Somebody told me everyone should concentrate on YouTube because it's the one that never goes away. Like YouTube's always been there, and it's always going to be.
That's hard.
But that's a hard argument. It's hard argument to make because it's only been 20 years.
Yeah, but through all social media, YouTube's always been.
Yeah,
it's
so
all
Facebook.
my kid watches. He only wants to watch YouTube, and there's YouTube for kids, and he graduated to regular YouTube. But yeah, that was because I was just thinking about this on the way here. I got him into Primus, the band,
right?
And I didn't realize that he can get onto the internet through the voice activator on the thing. Like he's only 6, and I was coming down the stairs, and all I heard him say, like to Google, "Big brown beaver." Run down the stairs. Anything could be coming. That's a close-up of a jazz man's mouth, son. Played that saxophone so hard, not a tooth in his head when he was all done.
My lads ruin my Spotify now, like just shouting at Alexa to play.
I fucking hate that. See when that Spotify Wrapped thing comes round every year. Utterly pointless for me.
Who is arsed?
Alexa, play Paw Patrol. Alexa, play Who Let the Dogs Out. Great.
So you're just trying to grow your YouTube and all that?
Oh no, I'm not saying I follow this at all.
Just heard
saying
it.
this is what people should, what people should do. That's
Yeah.
Christ.
Chapman's trying to do YouTube. He's so on it, man. He's so fucking on it.
Again, no kids.
I'm very rarely on my social media now. I just check in. If there's a clip for me and Maxwell to go out, I'll just retweet that. But I don't like being on it anymore.
You ever thought about getting a social media manager? Because obviously you're a great stand-up. You've got all the material. Like what Ian Stone's or Jeff Innocent's done.
I know Jeff.
Jeff's just given someone and they've blown him up.
Yeah, I should do that.
So is that
some other stuff?
Has Ian done that as well?
I don't know if that's what Ian's done, but that's what Jeff's done.
Well,
I imagine it's not what Ian's done because all the Ian stuff comes from Comedy Store.
Aye.
So I imagine he's just getting his footage back from gigs and putting it out.
So Jeff just went to someone and went.
I think Jeff's got a social media manager who gives it all, and then they interview. Like he's
videos
where he's being interviewed. And the social media manager being like,
he's also got he's like, I know people who are like 20 who go like, I've seen him. Like 22, 23-year-olds, because I think his look is so distinct.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, him, yeah, I know him. I'm like, fucking hell, he is big now.
Yeah.
Like 140,000 followers or something. But yeah, no, I think getting someone to do your socials, especially all like the big, like someone like we've spoken about this before, but like, you know, like Ferry or someone. But I don't think Mick could be. I don't think he could be arsed.
It takes a lot of work if you're doing it yourself. Like,
but he'd just fly like the rest of them. If someone just clipped up all this stuff from the stores and all that.
You need the willingness to do it, and then Jeff might know someone, might be one of his kids or something.
When I gave a Roger Monkhouse, he just doesn't. I was like, would you not ever want? And he was just like, no. He literally just, no, not even. But I said, really? And I said, not even after like you've been doing it for 20, 30 years. And he was just like, I've had a good time. Done it for 33 years now. Just doing it. And I was like, fair enough. He doesn't want to leave any sort of legacy behind. Not like, or would you put a show out just before you finish, or you go, I'm not doing it? And you went, no, not bothered. Just like it never happened. And I was just like,
I quite like that.
He's just completely like zen about it. I was like, really? You wouldn't put? And he's like, no. Just he only does gigs now because he says it's that, or just potter around the house.
Yeah.
He says he doesn't really need the gig, but he's like, I'll drive 4 hours one way, 4 hours back, listen to a podcast. See the kids when I see them, yeah.
And
I was thinking it's quite a nice place to be.
That's aye.
If that's where you were at.
Wish I was a rich relative to die and give me set me up like that.
Well, you never know who's got fucking dough in this game, do you? That's what I'm saying. You never know who's got what. You're thinking, hang on, we're on the same bill, but who's got the money here?
Why are you driving that?
Yeah, you just... That's the thing. Everyone's equal, aren't they? We're all on the same bills in the clubs, but you just don't know who's got the money or how they've got it.
Yeah, who needs the 100? Who needs that money? Who's there for fun?
Yeah,
who desperately needs that weekend?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were privately educated until today, so the last time I was on this fucking podcast.
That's the only reason why I do it with them, mate.
Think of me as Goodwill Hunting.
Oh,
I was the poor lad from Southie that was given a chance. Plucked out of school at year 9. Go to that better school.
The fact you love that film is just... I mean, I get shit for liking Gladiator, but you need to get thrown under the bus for liking that Goodwill Hunting.
Why?
It's fucking...
Might as well be about me. Right, let's call it now.
Yeah, we need to get home and get planted.
Glenn Wool.
There you go.
Google that. Google Big Brown Beaver.
Yeah. Glenn Wool, Big Brown Beaver.
Yeah.
Should do a show called
Anything to promote? Anything coming up?
My own podcast. Me and Andrew Maxwell. It's called Egypts of the World. And it's a take of... we look through the news every week and find some idiots and present them. It's very good.
There we go. Mark?
If you go to, again, just Mark Nelson Comic, it's a link tree. And then I've got my tour starting in February. So
2 specials out.
2 specials out, yeah. So tour's going to be Liverpool, Manchester, Chester, all of those places.
All the standard places.
All the standard places. Everywhere that everyone else tours, I will be in the same fucking rooms. And I've got a podcast with Ryan Cullen as well.
Oh, yeah. What's that called? Off the Cut?
Absolute Cut.
You still keeping that up?
Yeah.
Have you been every week?
You mean you're still keeping it up?
No, it's
he's dying for someone to finish. Because he thinks if someone else finishes, we can finish.
No, because I haven't seen it.
Until someone else quits, we can't quit.
Are you still every week you've been doing it? You haven't missed a week?
Yeah. No.
Excellent, well done.
What?
Impressive.
You have a support act with you?
Some of them I will. Some of them I will, yeah.
Some of the bigger rooms.
If it sells enough.
Yeah.
And I can afford the support act.
Is it culminating in a big show at the end in the King's Theatre or something?
Yeah, King's Theatre, yeah. 1,700 people.
Filming?
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, I've not cleared it with the venue yet, but I hope so.
Well,
Right.
is it
Jennings did it, but Jennings got in. I found this out. Jennings got in just before the venue suddenly realised they could actually charge people to film. Because even though you're doing it for your own release on YouTube, because you can monetize that, suddenly venues are going, so now we can charge a filming fee as well. So
that's for a stand.
It is shite. But
yeah, but you always knew they were gonna do this.
They were gonna
same.
Yeah.
Like, can I sell my merch? Oh, yeah. We need 40% of that.
Yeah, bands get shafted with that all the time now.
Comics get there's a venue, good venue that they want to take your merch as well.
Yeah.
I did a thing with Underbelly at Edinburgh. they were trying to charge me extra for merch, and I said okay, and I put some DVDs in there. In the merch booth, and then at the end of the show, I said, "You can buy those DVDs from there. I'll sell my own out front, where that's not illegal, or you can purchase them there. But just so you know that Underbelly uses that to fund some of their charities. Missiles for Israel is the one that they're doing this year, and I did that joke like 4 times, and then they finally got a hold of me and said, "You could sell them, just stop doing the fucking joke." And I was like, well, I'm getting a good laugh off of the jokes, and now I might just do it so I can say the joke.
Did Millerick do something like that in Edinburgh? Something happened with the venue, nailed him for a load of dough, and he did this speech. I can't remember what happened. But he definitely did something like that where he was getting Like,
He wanted a lot of money.
something happened with either whoever put him up or whoever what the deal was, what he went to Edinburgh with, and then he was like, "Oh, I thought that was going to pay for me being here," and then he got fucked by them, and then I think he did something, and then he ended up getting.
He wrote it off.
Yeah, there was something that he did that was similar to that sort of thing.
Press the button.
What a great story that was.
It wouldn't be another one episode of that Wozniak story. That
Came
doesn't
in
mean
at the
fucking
end of,
anything.
At the end of mine too. I sort of stepped on the end of my
I
story.
heard that. I think Mildick did something
Yeah,
better. But anyway,
yeah,
I'm not
just-
sure what it was. So
Yeah, something happened.
sign up to the
and-
Patreon, fucking Wozniak.